Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of the E1 Sentry Advisor Remote Monitoring System Training Series. Today we are going to be talking about how to add a user to your account. So if you haven't already, I would recommend viewing the video that talks about the account structure, how to set up and add the different components of an account, the accounts, account groups, and so on. Just in general, how to create the structure that makes up your account. So in a previous video, I also talked about how to add a new account. So I'm going to use that as an example of adding a user. We'll add a user to this new account that we previously added. That's typically how it would work. There has to be an account first before you would add a user. If you're familiar with the navigation of the site, you will know that on the top left-hand portion of the screen is are the navigation items that are relative to the home account that you log into. So in this case, I'm at the E1 level, and I can see all the different navigation icons for that my home account. On the bottom, you get the similar navigation icons for the account that you're currently in at the time, and that can be either an account or an account group. In this case, as I mentioned in one of the previous videos, we created a new account. So in this video, we are simply going to add a user to that new account. So much like the account video where I said it's important to be at the proper level when you take these actions. So in that case, adding an account, you want to make sure you're at the right level. The same is true for a user, because where you add the user in the tree dictates the visibility that that user has to the account structure. So if I were to go into the users at in this case, the very top level of E1 and create a new user there, I'm giving that user visibility to everything that exists at and below the very top level of the tree. So in your case, this would be your very top level account. If you add a user there, you're giving that user visibility to everything that is at and below your current account level. So it's very important to know where you are when you're adding that user, because you are providing visibility to everything that that individual can see. So in this case, we have a new account that we have added, and you can see if I go into any of these navigation items, there are no sites, there are no users, because this is a brand new account that has just been created. There's no anything associated with this. It's a bare account to start with. So in order to add a user, quite simply, you go to the user list, you make sure that you're in the users, of which there are currently none, and you simply come down to, just like the accounts, you go down to the bottom right icon, the green plus, and you click on that. Now, some systems will auto-populate fields and remember things from before, et cetera, et cetera. So you have to make sure that you're clearing out any of that information and typing in new information. But in this case, I'm just going to type in a name for the user. I'm going to type in a password. Now, you'll notice that the password does have certain criteria that it needs to meet, and you have a little indicator here that says, is it strong, weak, excellent, etc. You have to make sure that you're adhering to that criteria. And once you have that information in, you will confirm the password. And as long as they match, you put in your user information, first and last name, permission level, which grants them different access to the website. We'll cover that in a different training video. In this case, I'm going to provide this person supervisor access. And when I hit save, you have a new user window that pops up and gives you the ability to add phone numbers, add email addresses, etc. If you close out of this, you don't have to do any of that at the time, but you can. That information will come into play when you start setting up notifications and such. So if you want this user to be able to get notifications, you will have to add in that information. So if I close out of this, I'm no longer adding. You can now see that in my account, the new account that was previously there, I now have a new user that we just added. So that covers the topic of how to add a user. Hopefully you found that useful. Please check out our other videos in the series which cover the many other facets of Sentry Advisor and beyond. And I look forward to speaking with you